Welcome to Droppin In! Welcome to another episode of Droppin In. I'm your host, Chadwick. Who's dropping in today? It's Jesse Clayton! Yeah, you can put that there.
All right, great.
Welcome to the show, Jesse.
All right, well, thanks for having me. I feel welcome.
Good. We're a very inclusive type of television show.
I've gathered.
Is it television or is it internet show?
I don't think this is television.
What is television?
Brainwash.
Television. It's not for kids anymore. So, Jesse, what brings you to the show today?
I mean, you guys asked me to come down.
We'll be right back. Temple Skate Design is located at the front and brick stop under the L at 1842B North Front Street, Philadelphia, PA. Or visit us online at ZemboTemple.com.
My name is Devin, Flynn, and you're watching Droppin In.
Let's just get right into it, shall we?
Go for it.
How did you get into skateboarding?
I kind of got into skateboarding late. I was doing a bunch of pretty standard organized sports for years, and then my neighbor had given me some Nash boards in the 80s. Like, they were totally like I was like, you know, bombing hills on my ass and stuff,
yeah, right.
But like not like skating. I didn't get bit by skating until like way later. Broke my dad's heart, quit the fucking wrestling team and the football team and all that shit. There was a BMX like track near my house in Ben Salem, so me and all my buddies started making dirt jumps like way before we ever made skateboard jumps. Once I started really skating, it was just like fucking everything else became completely irrelevant. A little bit of music, played in some punk bands, that was always like, but that was kind of like it just kind of happened through skating.
Kind of goes hand in hand.
Always.
Skateboarding, you're gonna end up in some punk band.
Right. Playing the drums poorly.
Happens to us all.
Right.
Welcome to Shop Talk. Today I'm going to be showing you how to press your bearings into your wheels. You'll just need a few basic things: a set of wheels, a set of bearings, and a Ouija board. Now that we have what we need, let's get started. First, you place your wheel on the Ouija board. Then, we summon the shop spirits. Place your hands on the wheel and ask, is there anybody here that can help me press my bearings into my wheels? Oh, there are. The answer is yes. And that's how you press bearings into wheels.
Welcome back. Just Clayton. I'm so glad you're on the show.
I'm glad to be here, man.
Hell yeah, man. Tell us, Jesse, what is your favorite all-time skate spot?
Spot?
Great question.
Your Afro banks are like the Third and Norris, crusty banks.
Ooh, Third and Norris Crusty Banks. Did you ever ollie the channel?
No. I've never ollied the channel. Such a sick feature to find. It's like a skate park feature to find in the streets. Like, same with Afro banks. It's like when something's like so blatantly like, dude, you can skate on that. Like, it looks like someone designed it to skate.
Right.
I would say that's probably like what I focus on as far as like a good street spot.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Where you from, man?
Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
What's the main attraction? Langhorne.
No real attractions. Maybe Sesame Place. Not many of those.
Never went there as a kid.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You went there?
Enough times to know that it's just a bunch of bullshit. I don't know. People come from a long way to go there.
Yeah.
People come from like New York City to go to fucking Sesame Place. I'm like, okay. Dirty ball pits everywhere you can go.
What's worse, ball pit at Sesame Place or the film pit at Woodward?
I would say both are equally deplorable. The foam kind of sticks to you, and it's all falling apart.
Yeah, and you get it in your mouth.
Oh god, yeah, that foam pit is grimy.
Yeah.
You got to do that first thing out of the day, because if you're drenched in sweat and you do it, it's not good.
Stay on the film pits at Woodward. It's stand-up drawing time with Jia Din.
So I'd like to apologize. I'm a lot prettier with my mask on. I'm a big fan of the mask policy. My eyes are my best feature. So I've been single for a long time. I'm on Tinder. I'm really at the age where when I look at a guy's Tinder profile, I'm just thinking, can this guy fix my future house's HVAC system when it breaks down? That's all I care about at this point. Over the course of my dating life, I've noticed that girls named Michaela get asked out the most. Fuck you, Michaela. I don't wear high heels. I don't really like high heels. I don't get how a guy could be like, do you know what gets me really going? When a girl makes her foot really, really vertical. It really gets my dick hard. My husband is an amazing cook. Just kidding. I don't have a husband at all. Okay, so I'm gonna go caress some cheese and crackers now. Thank you for listening. I'm very alone.
Welcome back! We're with Jesse Clayton here. Jesse, you build skateboard parks. You mentioned that when you're in the BMXs a little bit, and you would build jumps here and there. Was that like a segue into you building skateboard parks?
Maybe it's somewhere way, way back, but it didn't segue into it. Ultimately, once I graduated high school, I started working for a masonry company, doing concrete work, working for my uncle. And there was just one time I went to FDR and we see dudes who skate, like, working on shit. You know, I was just a random dude that was going to FDR to skate.
Right.
You know, I wasn't really in touch with park building culture or how it was like this total, like, a subculture of skating.
Yeah.
So when I saw that they were doing the same work, like, it was like the same shit I was doing every day, carrying bags of Portland, mixing up, you know, the concrete. I just had that, like, immediate connection and was like, okay, knowing that it, like, could be useful. And it took years and years and years before we had an opportunity to really do it.
Right.
At Pops.
Mm-hmm. So Pops was your first
build. Yeah, I mean, I've done DIY spots and stuff.
Pops is one of my favorite parks in the Philadelphia area.
All right, dude, that's sick. We caught a lot of shit for that.
From who?
Oh, dude, I mean, come on. We're in skateboarding. They're the hater galore. It's like, you can't.
Well, of course, there's haters everywhere.
It's like, well, that's something I've learned to kind of figure out later in life is that to satisfy everyone is impossible. And you can't take it personal when people are going to have an opinion. They're allowed to have an opinion. Fully, they're right. It took a long time to learn how to kind of detach myself personally from someone saying this sucks and realizing they're not saying that I suck. They're just saying they don't like what I did, which is fine. You know what I mean? That's totally fine. But that took years to kind of come to terms with. But that's the tricky thing about skating is that it's like it's all about perception of the individual. Someone could be like, this is absolutely too tight. Someone would be like, oh my god, this is my dream ramp.
Beef of the month. Here we have Jim Anderson doing a macho tail drop 2. A mouthful of granola. Crunchy.
Tell us, Jesse, what is the perfect mixture of cement?
Go buy the bag mix stuff, Quickcrete or Sacrete or any kind of pre-mix bag. I would say practice with that stuff before you start mixing your own batches, because like mixing your own batches, it's almost like you're getting deeper into it. They make the stuff in a bag, open that thing up, mix it with water, not too much water. You want it to be kind of like lumpy, like potato salad. You don't want it to be runny and wet. There's a lot of great tutorials out there, and watch them before you go wasting a few $100 on concrete. What most people know is like trowel and concrete. That doesn't happen until the very, very end. So it's like, if you're touching a trowel to wet concrete, it's like you're gonna get something less of a product. There's a total process to it.
Did you ever eat concrete?
I've eaten a lot of concrete.
Yeah. Does it solidify and you have concrete turds?
No, the term is called silicosis, and it solidifies in your lungs.
Don't eat concrete, kids.
Don't eat concrete. Don't eat concrete. Don't breathe it.
Don't breathe it. So you would recommend proper...
Yeah, I mean, we're implementing that more and more now, just because it's like, dude, you do a couple days of shotcrete and the vapors in your lungs, it's like, you know, you feel it. Like, you know that you inhaled something that's turning to stone.
It just feels heavy.
It's not good.
Well, we really appreciate your intensive labor.
I mean, thank you. I'm fucking hyped to do it. Yeah, and don't get bummed if people don't like it.
Don't get bummed if people don't like your art. We'll be right back!
Maybe I can get another beer.
Noble of the month. This month's noble is Hi-Hat, whose work can be seen by just opening your eyes. Hi-Hat racks paint and destroys hoods. They're like a little sponge soaked in a refuge of consumer culture. For motivation, Hi-Hat likes to scare the shit out of themselves. Their biggest pet peeve is people thinking their art makes them special. How you act is what makes you special. Hi-Hat is an insomniac, so they work mostly at night and then paint graph in the daytime. Hi-Hat says, visual art is selfish and stupid. Live a good life and be kind to people. Be happy. Your time is short, and your art probably sucks, so find something in it you enjoy and stop worrying about what some mysterious group of people that doesn't exist cares about it, because that's all in your head.
Jesse, favorite sandwich?
I mean, there's so many, dude. I'm not good with favorites, because I'm like...
Just basic. Just quick go-to. What's your...
I mean, I wouldn't even say this is a go-to, but I really like a chicken salad sandwich on a croissant. That's kind of nice. You never had it? Chicken salad on a croissant?
I like mayonnaise.
Jesus Christ, bro.
It's just like this creamy...
I beg to differ, my friends.
What is it?
What else? Are you gonna say you don't like mustard next?
Oh, are you kidding me? Mustard's even worse.
Fucking fuck you, dude. I'm sorry. This is reviews on sound.
Oh, you're Viddies. Tag us and be in the next episode. Hashtag ZemboTV.
We're gonna wrap it up here.
I'm ready, dude.
Before we leave, before we end this, before we get on what's getting on, do you have any closing words of advice?
Oh, wow. Help everyone you have the power to help, regardless if they deserve it or not.
It's beautiful, man.